Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you are safe and well. Let me introduce myself. My name is Lutfi, representing Syndicate 5 in this introductory session. Allow us to say our thanks for our beloved lecturer, Pak Maditya, for giving us the opportunity to make this video. I hope this video could serve as a reference for MBA students in the future. A quick introduction to our small band of misfits, Syndicate 5. We have Dian Permata Yufia Nesha, Febri Nahol Fitria Fadila, Iputu Maha Kirana Wijaya, and lastly, me myself, Lutfi Kamili Julandri Ibrahim. An overview of this video, it is going to be separated into 3 sections. The first is going to be an industry overview, where in this section we are going to discuss the travel industry regarding its components and its generic services. The second part would be a company overview, a quick background context about our company to set up the context for our analysis. Lastly, the piece de resistance of this video, the main focus point of this video, scenario planning. In this section, we present our thoughts process about the potential scenarios for tourism industry. Going into the first section, the travel industry overview. As the largest archipelago nation in the world, Indonesia owns natural wonders that are unique and attractive to the people around the globe. Hence, Indonesia harbors great attraction for tourists from beautiful countryside, colorful cultures, interesting historical sites, white sand beaches, nightlife, and many more. Tourism plays an important role for Indonesia. It serves as one of the main sources of foreign currencies earnings. In 2017, it serves as one of the primary contributors to the nation's GDP, 4.1% of the total, as well as providing 12.7 million jobs, representing 10.5% of the total employment. In 2018, a research found that an average international tourist staying in a hotel of average 8.6 days, they are spending around $1,142 per person during their visit. The primary source of the visitors mainly came from China, Singapore, Malaysia, and Australia. Domestic tourists also play a big part in the Indonesian tourism sector, as in 2018, domestic trips reached 303.4 million. Indonesia was ranked 20th in the world tourist industry 2017 and the 9th fastest growing tourist destination in the world, the 3rd fastest growing in Asia, and the fastest growing in the Southeast Asia. In 2019, 16.1 million tourist arrivals were recorded, a 1.9% increase from 2018. Indonesia's tourism is moving on the right track, where it scored 4.3 in the Travel and Tourism Report 2018. The report ranks the price and competitiveness of Indonesia as the primary drivers for its industrial growth, while it scores lowest in infrastructure. The tourism industry's components are classified into 5 points. First one is accommodation. Second one is food and beverage services. Third one is recreation and entertainment. The fourth one is transportation. And the last one is travel services. Travel services are those that combine all tourism components above into a ready-to-sell tour package. Therefore, we will focus on the scenario in the travel services sector. While the application of travel services function varies by location, there are a few fundamental categories of travel services in every place. Essentially, travel services are those processes used by guests to book components of the trip. Here are the details of the travel services. First one is travel agency, the conventional one, which provide tour packages for tourists. Second one is online travel agencies. The third one is tour operators, and the last one is destination marketing organizations.
The pandemic has led to an unprecedented situation. One of the sectors that is impacted the heaviest during the pandemic is tourism. One of the earliest recorded cases of COVID-19 was in March 2020, and since then it has been wreaking havoc to the Indonesian economy, especially the travel and tourism sector. As the pandemic curve exponentially grow, resulting a very bad condition for the tourism and travel industry, as travel bans are implemented all across the country, as every part of the value chain have been affected too. The emergence of mobility restriction leads to limitation to reach tourist destination area, start from cancellation flights, limitation of the visitors, and mandatory to close tourist areas. We do have to identify the future trends to deal with the uncertainty, how to adapt creatively and quickly to major changes, in order to take advantage of opportunity and survive in the future economic conditions. Surveys have shown that travelers plan to be more cautious in the future. An internal survey of lifestyle and travel platform Traveloka found that confidence in traveling had increased, but that people had become more conscious of health and their safety. There are some travel trends that have been shifted after COVID-19. For instance, tighter protocols, touchless tourism, closer destination, agility and flexibility, the outdoors area, and hygiene. The first trend is tighter protocol. In this trend, mode of transportation will continue to enforce health protocols to ensure tourist safety. The second trend is touchless tourism. In this trend, touchless environment may become the norm after COVID-19. The use of technology is necessary in a hands-free environment. The third one is closer destination. In this trend, Mark Plus has predicted that after pandemic, tourists will choose closer destination as their preferences and may still hesitate to plan long-distance travel. The fourth one is agility and flexibility. In this trend, one important lesson that the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has taught us is to be flexible. The travel industry is no exception to it. Flexibility will allow the industry to adapt to changes demanded by the situation, and could be the difference between businesses that go under and those who survive the calamity. The fifth one is outdoors. In this trend, social distancing is imperative to contain the spread of COVID-19. While selecting a destination, travelers are likely to opt for outdoor open spaces such as beaches, forests, national parks, wildlife reserves, and so on, where adherence to social distancing will be easier. And the last trend is hygiene. In this trend, the tourists will become more concerned to cleanliness and hygiene than before pandemic. Tourism players need to respond to this tendency by prioritizing health protocols to win visitors' trust. In this slide, I will explain about the company profile of PT Tour and Travel. PT Tour and Travel was formed in 1966 as the country's first private tour and travel company, and has since become one of the most well-established organizations in the tourist sectors after being in operation for more than 40 years. It is located in Jakarta and they have employs over 200 people. And PT Tour and Travel has networks in major towns and rural locations across Indonesia. In addition to better networking in Jakarta and Bali, it mostly advertises its product through B2B channels or business to business, but it also does business to customer.
Let me continue the presentation related to scenario planning. The scenario planning in the strategic process is mainly to decide the significant amount of uncertainty and its objectives to help a firm to anticipate the impact of different scenarios and identify the weaknesses. So, the scenario planning is divided into 5 stages. The stage 1 is orientations, the stage 2 is driving forces, and the stage 3 is scenario, and stage 4 related to option considerations, and the last stage or stage 5 is integrations. Next, related to the key focal issues. Based on our research related to the tourism industry, we have determined the key focal issues as the how the pandemic COVID-19 and the digitalization will affect the travel services industry in Indonesia in the next 10 years. Due to the pandemic, there are travel trend posts such as the tighter protocols, touchless tourism, closer destinations, agility and flexibility, preferable for outdoors destinations, and the hygiene. In the terms of technology, the evolutions and the applications of digital technologies are profoundly changing the way people think, the way people live, the way people work, travel, and do the business, and in the process, they are transforming and reshaping the tourism. Uh, we have a company, Better Tour and Travel. The industry sector is travel and tourism. The time horizon is 10 years. Stage 2 driving forces. This driving forces was created by using industrial analysis using pastel. We identified the driving forces as follows. There are 4 aspects. The first one is politics and government policies. The situation related to politics and government politics, such as new protocols and digital health certificates and safety measures, and also the implementation of social distancing regulation, including the limitations of visitors in each area or one event. Also, the changes in Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy structure leads to changes in work and program focus. Also, the Western countries' restrictions to travel in Asia due to the safety issues such as the COVID-19, naturalizations, and the tourism. And the second aspect is economic situations. It's related to destination attractiveness, income inequality, area infrastructure, preservations related to social distancing different in each area, and also the socio-economic disparity. And the third aspect is society and customer behavior. It is more related to the customer's demand and the shifting of its preferences, and also the more leisure guests and avoid group travel by bus and extra. Also, the people tend to avoid the high season, choosing less known destinations and sustainability tourism, and also increasing in environmental awareness. And the last factor is technological factor related to the internet marketing, computer science, computer systems, mobile communications, and technology advancement. As you can see, we have ranked all the driving forces based on the high uncertainty and its impact. We obtained that the customers' demand and preferences shifting, such as travelers needs more assistance, a higher demand for flexibility and technology advancements on the highest ranking. In this slide, we have determined the situations that the company should be deal with related to pandemic effect and digitalizations in tourism industry. And the first situations is advanced tourism, where the technology advancement is recognized as high, also the customer demand. The advanced tourism situations more likely will be conducted like digital travel agency will massively increase, and also human tour guide will be replaced by electronic guide, and the improving competitiveness, performance, and productivity, and the customer easily to plan their own trips through the online travel agencies websites. And there is the large number of the tourists in Indonesia and also bring the new global market. In pre-advanced tourism remains to the high technology advancement with low in customer demand. The number of conventional travel agency extremely reduced, and also the high investment activity to replace human tour guide. Also there is deteriorating the competitiveness, performance, and productivity. Most likely there will be no more conventional travel agency. Also the least number of tourists in Indonesia. And the third situation is underdeveloped tourism, where the customer demand are high but the technology advancement were low. The number of conventional travel agencies is high, but also difficult to determine changes in consumer interest, and they tend to employ human tour guide but less optimal handling due to the technological limitations and lack information about the any tourism components that untouched before. And the last situation is called conventional tourism, where the technology advancement remains low and also the customer demand. The situations will be more likely like the number of conventional travel agencies is low, the number of tourists in Indonesia also decrease, and the travel agency industry will not last long.
Okay, after we identify the elements of scenario in stage 3, now we move to stage 4, which is identify the options and considerations based on key vocal issue that we have considered before, which is how the pandemic COVID-19 and digitalization will affect the travel services industry in Indonesia in the next 10 years. For the first scenario, advanced tourism, the implications are high unemployment rates, higher automation, growth of Indonesia tourism, regeneration, exploitation of heritage, and protection of tradition, also lower costs. And the options we propose, such as increased partnership to small medium enterprises to facilitating digitalization innovation in tourism, train workforce and optimize available resources, and designing regulation for the digital tourism economy related to heritage and protection of tradition. And for the second scenario, pre-advanced tourism, the implications are high competition, harder to attain market share, lower profitability, and the options we propose, such as improved marketing strategy, increased customer engagement, offers attractive tour packages through bundling promotion. And the third scenario, which is underdeveloped tourism, the implications, such as foreign online travel agencies companies began to step into Indonesia, weak tourism development, and the options we propose, such as adapted technology to the firm, train workers to be in-depth in technology knowledge. And the last scenario, which is conventional tourism, the implications are enthusiasts to work in travel industry is decreased. Business that depend on tourism will be eliminated, and travel industry will be collapsed. And the option we propose are provide special job vacancies in travel industry, develop product diversification, learn to use digital technology, and also make an attractive advertisement and promotion. And after we finish identify the options, now we can also continue to integration, which is in stage 5. It's about early warning sign in each scenario. For the first scenario, advanced tourism, the early warning signs such as digitally enhancing tourism business models, improvement in digital innovations such as marketing and etc., higher demand in connectivity, smart tourism, slow tourism increase, and global value chains and ecosystems. And for the second scenario, pre-advanced tourism, the early warning signs such as development business tourism ecosystems, negative publicity towards Indonesia, inefficient utilize the digital technology, and lack of data security. And the third scenario, underdeveloped tourism, the early warning signs such as hard to maintain customers' demand due to lack of implementation of technology, customers' complaint appears, and a lot of customer complaints, product facing focus on production and matching customers' needs. And the last scenario, for the conventional tourism scenario, there are relies on traditional production, sales and marketing, smaller value chains, ecosystem, restricted visitors, and technology development is stagnant. Well, those are our identification, our analysis about scenario planning in travel business industry. Thank you for your kind attention.